Hi everybody, it's your friend Scott here again. Welcome to the Phyllis Files. So I'm on a Zen Buddhist retreat for 4 months. I'm getting training to be a meditation teacher, which I'm going to share with you, the journey, because I know that I'm quite gifted in being able to take 4 months out of the world to practice something spiritual. So I want to share it with you so you can get all the benefit and you don't have to spend 4 months here. But there are 5 Buddhist principles. And again, look up what is Zen Buddhism if you're curious. And if you're not, it's okay too. But for me, it's really curious at this stage of my spiritual development that I found my way to the Zen Buddhists. And there are 5 precepts, basically 5 rules for how they live their life. And the first precept is we abstain from the taking of life. And I love that, particularly now with what's going on in the world, right? So I am very committed to, I'm a pacifist. I'm not into the taking of life. And I've been wondering about how I can continue to expand that in the taking of life, right? So I don't want to take, the second Buddhist principle is we don't take what's not ours. But so we don't take, like taking, don't take what's not yours. Life, it's not my job to take your life. And it's not my job to take your energy. It's not my job to take your attention. I have to practice, abstaining from taking is quite powerful for me. Because there are 7 deadly sins: pride, anger, lust, sloth, greed, envy, jealousy. I'm greedy, and coming from that place, that shadow self with Phyllis says there's not enough, and I'm not enough. So I'm always trying to take more than my fair share, trying to fill this God-sized hole in me, which is a pun we could have a lot of fun with. I've got this massive God-sized hole in my gut that I'm trying to put furniture and people and places and attention and it used to be drugs and alcohol in there, trying to fill this spiritual void, right? So I'm a taker as my resting state as an addict and recovering alcoholic, and not taking. And that's a really spiritual way to live now, having come from where I used to be. Try not to take your time. I try not to take your energy. I don't need to monopolize your attention to try to fill that God-sized hole. And I think that's part of the spiritual dis-ease that we see on the planet. People who are running around believing that they're not enough and there's not enough, profound deprivation, grabbing from each other, right? Like, how much is enough, man? So for me, I'm in a Zen Buddhist monastery. I'm metaphorically on the bones of my ass, conventionally speaking. And gosh, I've never been happier. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with money. I'm much better when I've got a big bank balance, right? But I don't take. What does it mean to not take what's not mine? And to have reverence for being on the planet. So reflect on that for yourself. Maybe bring that into a meditation for you. What does that mean to not take? We don't take life. We don't take what's not ours. And then I can start to honor, like, I'm grateful to be on this planet, incarnating on this planet in a physical form during this important time in the world. So if I'm not taking, that creates space for giving, right? And that's a whole nother conversation that we can have, is how do we responsibly give I'm a recovering codependent as well. I used to give to other people hoping that you'd notice me. So it was really selfish. My codependence, it was also very controlling, right? So first Buddhist precept, don't take life. Don't take what's not yours. And that helps me with the fundamental, a foundation for me in my spiritual practice that I'm developing with you is don't be a dickhead. And when I am a dickhead, say you're sorry and make amends, right? But that conscious connection to taking daily inventory. Where am I being selfish? Where is Phyllis controlling the narrative? Where am I in darkness and not light? Where am I in lack and not abundance, right? That's the work for me as a spiritual warrior, is always taking my temperature, not taking your temperature, which I love to do. I love to judge and criticize other people. And so obviously where you're not being the best character you can be, and that's not helpful, and it's not constructive, and it leads to society breaking apart, right? So I don't take what's not mine. And that's the first one for today. And we'll talk more about the other 4 precepts separately, but let's not take what's not ours. I see you, I love you, you're important, you matter wherever you are in your life, whatever circumstances you find yourself in now, you are an eternal soul having a temporary human experience, and and you're loved beyond your comprehension. Namaste.